Hi everyone, so this is the turn off here to Hoapito village, and it's and this is where the vintage vehicles and museum is. And so there in the background is Ruapehu, and there is Smash Palace, which has been there since about 1941, he said to me, in the same family. The family owned, it's a privately owned wrecking yard. Vehicles going back, right back into the vintage times, the old Model Ts, Model As, all of those vehicles all the way through. And in front of us here is the electrification of the main trunk line that runs from Wellington to Auckland. And so when I came up from Wellington to Auckland by train, takes 12 hours by the way, leaves Wellington at 7 o'clock in the morning, gets into Auckland about 7 o'clock at night. He slows down a bit here and lets us know that this is Smash Palace from the movie. Now, talking to the guy also, the Goodbye Pork Pie has some scenes around Smash Palace as well, so I must review that movie. So there's a connection with Goodbye Pork Pie, and also the Wildebeest movie. I'm not so familiar with that one, but that also has a connection with the Smash Palace yard. So it's a very famous yard. I'm sure been viewed all over the world. Bruno Lawrence was the main actor in that movie. Check it out, guys, if you haven't seen it. I think you'll enjoy it. It's a sort of a view into Kiwiana, if you like, of those years of the 80s. Splendid view there of Ruapehu. Even though we've got the lines cutting through it, it still is a splendid view of Ruapehu. So heading back now to our hotel at Turangi, and definitely going to come here again. There's a big museum, big train museum at Ohakune. So talking to the guy there, Alan, who's running, there's the tip of the peak there of Tongariro, just through that gap where those trees are in front of us there. Alan Mackenzie, I believe his name is, who's part of the team that runs the Smash Palace. A very welcoming guy, and has connections back to my connections with the Union Steamship Company and some of the people that I sailed with back in the days when I was a ship's electrician with that company on ships, which is quite nice to have all those conversations with them. So I've had a very enjoyable time here. Unfortunately, time just carries on, and we haven't got, daylight's coming down a bit, so we're heading off now. Got about another hour to get to our hotel. So there you go. I'm hoping that this little video will inspire some of you to make the journey down here. It's not too onerous. I would drive from Auckland all the way down to Taupo. That's an easy drive. Spend the night in Taupo, then come around the way we have, down through the desert road to Wairuru, turn off there to the Ohakune, where there's hotels, or motels anyway, in Ohakune you can stay at, which is about 15 minutes from here, which I think is probably the most sensible place to stay. And I think give yourself 2 days if you're a real enthusiast. And there's a little place where you can eat out here as well. They got a cafe and everything. It's good. It's great. Okay, I'm rambling now, but I've just really enjoyed my time here. So thank you very much for your patience and listening to me raving on. But if you like looking at old cars and old wrecking yards where there's just so many bits and pieces, I'm sure they don't know what they've got here. There's just piles and piles of what some people would call scrap, just junk. But no, it's all got a purpose if you need it. If it's part of what you need for your project, it's a vital part, I'm sure. Anyway,